Greetings, everyone. I'm M, and we're Peaches. I'm playing Slay the Princess, but I refuse to slay the princess because I'm a rebellious little shit. I can't swear this early in a video, can I? I I'm rebellious. If you don't know what's going on, watch part 1. Okay, no.
A warning before you go any further.
I don't trust the narrator. I'm not giving him any information.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I knew it. I knew he was the one who slammed the door on me, and I questioned, if he's able to slam the door on me, why doesn't he just kill the princess himself? And he tried. I don't like that.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Voice of the skeptic. I like that I got skeptic.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Fascinating.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Is he gaslighting me, or is he unaware of the mirror?
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
Oh my god, Hero, can you shut up?
Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. Reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult
But the princess
to slay
isn't going to be
princess and
down
save
there.
the world without a weapon.
Because I
Good
already
idea.
freed
Much
her.
better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
That's new.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic cords as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a
very
place where everything
deliberate.
seems
The
to serve a
narrator
distinct
knows.
purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Yeah, I noticed that one before, too. And it's off-center. right? Like, these are all kind of, like, we got one here. These are kind of evenly spaced, and then this one's just off over here.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
The narrator seems less frustrated with me for not killing her immediately.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I'm not gonna play dumb.
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
So you've already been here. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly?
I don't like the idea of the narrator information, but the thing is, I want to talk with the princess. I want more information from her.
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion.
So the narrator is going to increasingly try and trap me into slaying the princess. And if I don't slay the princess, he gets me to die so I can try again to slay the princess.
The situation
I'm not
now,
leaving
where you're
until I
getting
slay
a
the
second shot at
princess.
things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
You know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Ozpin from Ruby.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
He does seem different.
That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
He really is like Ozpin.
I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
So either the narrator doesn't remember previous versions of the story, or he's playing dumb, but I think perhaps...
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky, so don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even
Oh
saying
my
that
god,
is
he's
too
just
much.
like Ozpin.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I would rather have more information and fail.
I won't. Fine. You won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that.
I love the voice of the skeptic. I'm so glad I got the
Give it a
voice of the
rest, it isn't
skeptic.
helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. But you could always try it on. Maybe
Okay.
it'll fit.
I see what she's saying.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
Just found yourself there.
And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Yeah, she can't even hear the narrator, even though the narrator doesn't tell me anything helpful.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Okay, I'm definitely doing it.
Why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need
Yes!
to investigate.
I love him so much!
What if he's telling the truth?
Shut up, hero.
He isn't. I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling
Unless he's using
from
reverse
afar.
psychology.
The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough,
Ah, damn it.
the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve. That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch
Yeah.
things we're specifically told not to touch. No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yep. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
No. Not one for small talk, are you?
That's rude.
Oh, listen, she's been chained up for a bit, okay? She's not gonna have the best social skills, okay? Did you know that this was going to happen to me? Huh.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
I'm supposed to say next. He said I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. The narrator is referred to as he with a capital H. But there's also a them with a capital T. The narrator is not the beginning of the chain of command.
This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does.
Oh my god!
But let me guess. The cabin remains the same.
Something flashed across the screen.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
Still rude.
That's okay, she can be rude.
We continue to wait in silence, and the cabin doesn't make sense.
Sorry.
Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
So we don't starve. She doesn't age. But the cabin does.
Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then,
He got quieter.
and I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
She made it out of the cabin.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
You want to run that by me again? But you don't get the chance to respond. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator is gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Just gonna approach the
I'm
mirror.
begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Fear's never stopped me before. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Should have saved earlier, but okay.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
She about to possess me?
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Okay. Let her out of there.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me. I promise that it doesn't hurt.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Yes. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Well, she just said I'm the only thing she's ever known, so she doesn't know about worlds beyond this place. Do we know each other? It feels like this is gonna give me some philosophical ass answer. What happens now?
As we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
How much will I forget?
Everything. until we meet again. If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
If I wait forever, that's going to be an ending. I don't particularly want an ending at this time.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Well, that's enough for another episode. Y'all know how the bell icon works. Y'all know what likes are for. And I will see you very soon, because I'm going to immediately record the next episode. Bye-bye!